Howdy and aloha. Welcome to Manata. The earth and you are ohana. We hope you stay and talk. Howdy and aloha, everyone. It's James with Mana Talk. Mana meaning like mystical power. And talking just means talking, which the World Economic Forum and the pedo-predator class don't want you, do not want you to get together, unite, and talk and have conversation. You know, talk story, they call it in Hawaii. You know, let's go talk. Hey, we got talk story, brah. You know, which is cool. And that's something that needs to happen more. But platforms like this one, you know, Facebook, Instagram, the usual, even Twitter is still, you know, totalitarian in many cases. You know, just the Orwellian 1984 Orwellian ministry of truth is still out there. Now, the thing that's, I think that people or the world, or at least the United States, has to realize at this point is that there's a group of predator class globalists, monarchs, oligarchs, you know, whatever, just god awful rich off of the death and destruction of others for who knows how long, that have created this plan, end game, getting rid of as many people as possible on the planet and hoarding the rest for themselves. If you don't think that's their end game, then you just haven't figured it out yet. But they have these puppets in place, and these, you know, the best puppet, and there's been a few throughout the centuries, all across the planet. But here in the United States, we have this one that, on some very, very easily seen puppet strings, you know, from the puppeteer, which are those predator classers, and everybody's saying it's Obama, but you know, Obama just gets his orders from those people, but still, they're all in this together, and they're gonna get. You know, they've already had about 3 years to do whatever they can to completely annihilate and destroy this country. This is their goal. This is the goal for many countries. You know, Klaus Schwab, we've penetrated 3,000 cabinets, at least 3,000 very high-ranking governmental officials throughout the world, and he brags about this, and it's just crazy. It's like saying, I mean, what if the what I'd like people to think of is, what if that was Osama bin Laden? You know, somebody we created, by the way, or you know, what if that was fucking Adolf? I mean, we've penetrated the cabinets across the world. I mean, how far-fetched is that? But these people and Pedo-Joe are going to have another fucking year coming up here. You know, it's already November, December's coming up, and nothing's happening to these people. We all know that their environmental, social governance, well, actually, it's all encompassed if you go to their website. It's called corporate governance. And I need, you know, if you can, just read everything. They paint it really wonderful and pretty and stuff. But if you read between the lines and you think about money, power, and depopulation, which, you know, are you leaving? No, I'm not leaving. Are you leaving? No. Do you want me to go? No, you go. You know, that crap. Yeah, you off yourself. No, you off yourself. No, you off yourself. No, it's just ridiculous. Um, just go to the website. You can see corporate governance is fucking everywhere. And that's their goal, is to penetrate the cabinets and to get rid of as many people as possible. Because they can't control, it's hard to control 8 billion people. But it's a lot easier to control 3 or 4 billion, you know. So they're going to get as many as they can out of the way as possible. And I'm talking mass genocide. I am talking mass murder. I am talking mass, just and it's happening in real time right now ever since everybody started taking the Kool-Aid. The little thing. Because if you go do if you've had one or two or three of those, most likely you've got that Mary, Roger, Nancy, Alpha in your system. And if it's in your system, your sperm, and if you've had it in there for a year or so, I would guarantee that your sperm count is disgusting. If you had one, two, or three of these things. If you're a woman, then you're probably having just terrible menstrual things, and all that. And it's probably harder for people to have, and those people are probably very sick. Some of them are dying, like literally dying. I showed you on my phone the other day. It's Instagram. They post at least, I would say at least 10 to 20, 15 to 20 people a day. New people, and this has been happening for 2 years. And it just continues. These are people that have passed away, gone. Because of the, you know what? They're gone. They're no longer here anymore. They're completely gone. And it's in the, we're at the hundreds of thousands now. Okay, and if the numbers would truly be revealed, it could be much more than that. But they're not going to do that. I went on to, the updated death tolls that are out there. The algorithms coming after me now. The sentinels. For this thing, for the raise and rate. I mean, it's. If you were a person that were telling people to get it because I'm getting it, you're getting it, well, most of those people are gone. And most of them are the Facebook people. I got my something, blah, blah. Yay. They're gone. I've lost hundreds of my 4,000 plus Facebook friends on my original page. I can't even get in touch with these people. They're gone. Either they're so ill or sick, or they're just so embarrassed that they're not going to do that. They can't get the ego out of the way and come out and say, look, I fucked up. Okay. And look, I fucked up a bunch of shit. I am like super far from perfect. But when it comes to getting this information out there and trying to warn people and trying just to alert people of what's going on, it's something that I just do. And many times you think you're helping when you're not really helping. But if you do the research, and it's called having the clarity encourages what Jimmy Dore says, which I think is great. But it's also having the common sense to question authority and its sources at every turn. Not just questioning authority. Why would you do that? Because they're never going to fucking get back to you. You got to go through the sources. Who or what or how did they get that information, and who are they tied to? And, lately it's tied to a eugenicist, the white supremacist movement called the eugenicists. It's been around for like 100, maybe a couple hundred years. This lineage of people that are everybody else is unfit. Just look it up on Google. Look it up on Google. Like Bill Gates. And he's part of it. And he's got lawsuits everywhere against him. Every countries want him in jail for the genocide that he started. And he's still roaming free across the country. So, moving back, here it is. One more year. I'm trying to figure out how we're going to be able to handle another year of these puppets. We're talking Pelosi. Has anybody seen her? Where's she at? I haven't seen her in a while. People say that she's... but I haven't seen... Anyway, it's just what's interesting is, can you or can we survive another year? Can we survive another year? Because it's getting bad. It's getting this bad. The average amount of illegal immigrants that come into this country has been 4 to 600,000 per year, like a decade ago, and then another decade ago it's a little less. It got up to about close to 700 or 800. During Trump, it was a lot less, about 200,000 less. But it averaged for the past few decades, it's been around 600,000 to 800,000 people coming in per year. Yeah, this is real. Illegal. We're not talking space aliens here, people. We're talking illegal aliens here. Let me get this whole thing in here. Okay. Illegal aliens let in under by now outnumbered population of 15 entire states. Yeah, I know West Virginia is one of them. West Virginia has 1.6 or 1.7. Yeah, it's a bunch of state. Yeah, it's just crazy, people. This is just in the matter of a couple of years. So can this country handle what's about to happen? Because that's a lot of fucking people. This could really do a ton of damage in many different ways. And the biggest way is not knowing who most of these people are. Not knowing who, they gave them free phones, they get free health care, they get like $2,000, they get a check when they come in. Biden put out this administrative, he's going to build the border. No, he's not fucking. That's the facade. That's the facade that he's getting money, that he wants more money to protect the border, when in reality, and look this up, people are talking about it, it's very obvious, he wants more processing personnel to vet more people and to get more people in to the United States. Now, I was a proponent of that about, I don't know, 4 years ago. Why the wall? It's bad because are we keeping people in or keeping people out? I couldn't figure out what was going on, and I really did some research on this. And basically, fucking other countries hate us. Let's just throw that card on the table, because that's probably the most apparent card out there that people need to be concerned about, because we've created and destroyed, in the history of the United States, we've killed 240 something years, almost 250 years. We have killed, maimed, destroyed, annihilated countries. We've killed about 20 million people. There are a lot of fucking pissed off people out there. And a lot of these people that are coming in, we don't, at least 10 or 15% of them, we have no idea who they are, where they're from, where they're going. And everybody's waiting for the red flag, the false red flag to happen. We got another year of this shit to happen. There's nothing happening in Congress. Hunter's not being subpoenaed. There's no court dates. There's no impeachment. Nothing is fucking happening. Blah 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 blah. I mean, that's all I hear. And I was just watching this. MTG. I mean, it's messed up. In so many different levels. Like, for example, here's a level that you're like, well, why would that fucking be a problem? It is a problem. All of it's a problem. The government wants your garden registered. So now you have your own property in your front yard or your backyard or whatever your yard. I mean, this is just nuts. Listen to this guy go off. I mean, there's this administration is fucked up.
It kind of gives you a rundown on what's going on. And the first thing you see when you read this paragraph here, the simple act of planting a garden can have big impacts. From building a more diverse and resilient local food system to empowering communities to address issues like nutrition access and climate change. Guys, have you ever noticed that like everything is about climate change today? The worst boogeyman that is now among us is climate change. I mean, have you noticed that? You can't own Bitcoin today. Why? They say because of climate change. You have to eat insects today. Why? Because of climate change. You can't eat meat because of climate change. Farmers aren't allowed to use fertilizer because of climate change. All cars must be electric because of climate change. You can't use a gas-powered lawnmower because there's climate change. You can't own a wood stove because of climate change. You need to register your garden because of climate change.
Yeah, it's getting worse. This is what I'm really saying here, and I think you guys are getting this right now, is top, bottom, left, right, everywhere. They're using whatever excuse they can to basically just destroy the livelihoods of everyone. Which comes to mind of Gavin Newsom signing the $20 an hour, wait for it, the $20 an hour wages. The $20 an hour wage. Just signed it into law in California. Now, why would you do that? Why would you go? And I think people deserve $20 an hour. I really believe everybody fucking deserves, because people back in the 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s, you could have one income and take care of a family. Now you can't. But the reason why he's doing it is because that's all he's got left. And California's prices, people are like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? $20 an hour? That doesn't fucking pay for shit. You still can't survive off $20 an hour in California. I am telling you. So what's going to happen is once they raise it to 20, most of the companies or some of the businesses out there are going to raise their prices. Okay, more money for us. That's all it is. I think we deserve a bigger wage. The highest wage we have right now is federal is $7.25. Hasn't been $7.25. It should just be in my opinion up to the states, depending on the state. But and it's up to the people to protest for that. It's surprising to me. At West Virginia, I think is $7.75. Why these people aren't fucking just out in the streets protesting that for sure. That the minimum wage that these people should pay, because nobody's going to hire you. Nobody can get no employer or company that needs an employee can get anybody for under $11 an hour. And I've tried to message Matt Gaetz and Eric Schmidt from Missouri and all these people. If you guys just raise the minimum wage, and I'm not talking to 20, and I'm not even talking to 15, but if you went up to 10 or 11, that would just annihilate. That would basically destroy the Democratic Party. Just to raise it a little bit. That would fucking destroy the Demoncrats that are in charge of it. And that's who Biden is, and that's who Obama is. Right? All under the thumb of Klaus Schwab, and that's what basically I'm talking about. But this stuff is just out of control. You know, that's not going to help. You're going to get... Oh, my gosh. So a lot of the... Oh, here's the bad part for Gavin Newsom. I just thought about this. Most of the people that are coming from south of the border, they're getting a license in the blue states like California and Washington and all these other places where they can get licenses, and then they're going to be able to vote. And then they'll probably vote for Biden, and then later on they'll figure out that they're full of shit and they don't give a shit. But what's going to happen is they're going to start to take the jobs. They're going to take all those $20 jobs. Yeah. I tell you, and there's a lot of them, you know. More power to people, you know, working hard. I don't have a problem with that. You want to come here, you want to work, but you better pay your taxes like we do. That's the problem I have. If you're paying your taxes like we do, and you're taking care of your country and your state, I don't really have a problem. But if you're coming here to do nefarious shit, you know, the gangs, M16s or whatever these gangs are out there, there's a bunch of, and if you're from the CCP or if you're from, you know, some vengeful Middle Eastern country, yeah, it's not. Look, I don't blame you for one, but for two, you're in the wrong place. Okay? I mean, I know we've not been great with a lot of countries out there for a long ass fucking time. But once you come in here, you got 73 million armed U.S. legal citizens with guns. By the way, and the NAGR, National Association of Gun Rights, needs your help. All right? Help them out. Those are the real fighters. The NRA doesn't do shit. They don't do shit. The NAGR does just a ton of work. They've got lawyers out there in state after state after state that the Supreme Court's just going after the Second Amendment like you're crazy. And I've always said, and this, you know, you can take this to the bank or you can cone it for yourself. The second defends the first. That's it. You know, that's my realization. That's basically what I believe is if you have a tyrannical government that is trying to stop you from speaking, okay, which they do all the fucking time, then there you have it. You need to do what you can because they're insane. They're fucking crazy ass mofos, right? Crazy ass motherfuckers. Yeah, this has been happening for a long time. Okay? I don't know. Oh, why is that so damn small? I gotta make it super big. This comic is over 80 years old, and yet you don't have to change a thing about it. It's every bit as relevant today as the day it was drawn. These waiters in this restaurant are serving the military-industrial complex. Everything else behind it is worthless. That's everything. I don't care what it is. And this current administration is hell-bent on war. Then they're going to do whatever they can to keep that money laundering scam alive. Ukraine is losing its luster. Yeah, we have a big problem, people. We have another year that fucking Pedo-Joe, Obumer, and Klaus Schwab they get to keep doing their fucking bullshit to the world. Okay, they get to keep destroying this country, literally. That's what they're just continuing to do it, right? Yeah, continuing. And if you continue to allow these people to continue to do these things, you know, and the sad part about what's happening now is we have a Congress, I think it's a Congress, of people that are supposed to be representing the people. And they're not. They're not. I don't, you know, maybe one guy who could be Matt Gaetz, right? But I'm not sure if he's really doing anything, because there's a lot of people out there that are saying that they're doing something, you know, that are in Washington or in D.C. or on the Hill, and nothing's happening. I mean, step back, because they're talking a lot of stuff. You see all these hearings, and this guy gets this, and this guy has a problem that, and, you know, Trump's new poll, he just got all the swing states and just killing it on the polling. And hold on, I think I'm gonna sneeze. No, okay, but it's just continuous. Continuous. Kim, Black Lives Matter. Kim Iverson. Oh, God, hang on, let me show you. Black Lives Matter is redonkulous. Doesn't mean anything. It's a facade. For you to have that guy in your show, he's just an actor. He's an actor. He's a paid pawn. So, you know, a lot of stuff she's spot on, but she gets fooled easily. We all do sometimes, right? No, I'm not easily, but, you know, she needs to hold the brakes on this, because BLM was created, or was infiltrated, just like the Tea Party was, just like so many other, like Occupy was. The Green Party was infiltrated a long ass fucking time ago. Let me see if I got this. Yeah. I thought, you guys weren't scrolling with me. Sorry. Hey Cheryl, how you doing? I'll be on tomorrow. I'm off. Yay. I've been doing 6 days a week for, I don't know, a couple months now. My God. You know, I finally got somebody to come in. But I'm going to go over a few things. But tomorrow I'm going to be on. At, I think I want to try like 8 o'clock. I want to try 8 because, you know, I just want to try 8 o'clock. I'll try. Probably be about 9:30 usually. Yeah, but I'm just, just telling you. We're still, let me see. Well, this was a good one, wait.
The teachers' union is the #1 source of political power and money in California. If you don't toe the union line, the CTA line, the teachers' line, the party line, you're basically out of office. People are leaving California. They're fleeing, housing, crime, homelessness. We know what the problems are, but it's the will. Do I have the courage to take on special interests and do the right thing? And sadly, it doesn't happen. So we allow this same system to replicate itself, education being the biggest chunk, but you can add everything else into it as well.
Yeah, you got to see that, by the
The
way.
teachers union is
So here's the reason why I put the title up, just so I can finish it with this. And I want people to watch this movie or show. Just, I don't know where it's at. Somebody's playing it somewhere. But there's a documentary out there. It's called Leaving California. Leaving California documentary. And this is what's happened on a state level. And you know that California, Hawaii, the blue states have been the most tyrannical. Yeah, tomorrow. I'm at work. Have off tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow for sure, man. Leaving. So, I'm going to wrap it up with this. If your country turns into California, you're fucked. And a lot of the blue states that are completely tyrannical, authoritative. They become just the grooming grounds of pedophiles everywhere. If you're a pedophile, you're probably living, I would say the majority of them in the blue states because you're protected. You're protected there. So you're probably there, you fucking fucks. Ugh. It's very sad what's happening to California. Housing is up. You can't let the more people on the streets. I mean, I went there in 2020 and took Stevie there, my ex-wife, and she, for the first time, saw Hollywood, and most of it was covered in tents. It's like triple that now. It's very bad. A $20 minimum wage isn't going to get these people out of there. That's just show. That's just bullshit. Fuck Gavin Newsom. He's shit. Well, he's probably going to be the replacement. He'll come in. If the Republicans actually go after Biden and do the things that they need to do to expose this information of this barista, Chinese, all this, very, just tons of fucking information. Like I would say it, and this isn't hearsay. This isn't hearsay, but they have more information from my perspective than they had on Trump being Russiagate. Russia. Right? Yeah. So get out. I don't know. It's like I want to go back and help them. I want to go back and help California. I want to get a movement together, get people together to stop this environmental, social governance bullshit, this corporate equality index bullshit, the World Health Organization authoritarian, tyrannical, this, craziness, right? We need to get that state back to what it was. It hasn't always been great. But it was much better just fucking 4 years ago. Much better. A lot of these states, Well, here's what's going to happen. Okay, and I hate when I do these predictions. I'm terrible at predicting relationships. I am shitty at that. I can't figure that out. I don't know. I think my emotions get in the way. But in regards to the relationships of politics, the world, the governing bodies, and basically just, everything that exists on the higher levels of governance, of government. And I've been following this now for a couple decades, for a few decades, more closely, more recently, of course. But if we don't get rid of, if we don't, I'm not saying the guy's definitely treasonous. And what did they used to do to people for committing treason? Twitter. It starts with an H, ends with a G, it has a U in there and an N. You know, that's what we used to do. That's what many countries still do. If you're caught of high treason, you are, okay, just letting you know. You are HNUG. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Sorry. I'm just telling you. And I put that word down on a meme that some pretty smart, clever little Demoncrat put up. If Biden is convicted, what should happen to him? Everybody was saying it. Everybody was saying that four-letter word. Everybody. And that four-letter word got my, from 2011, Twitter account removed. That one word. Even though it's accurate. It's accurate. And I said, hey, that's, you know, some countries still do it. I mean, and I don't even know if that's really him anyway, just letting you know. I mean, there's a lot of information to prove that might not be, but let's not get to that because that's not really the important part here. The important part here is Pedo-Joe, Obumer, and Michael, and, you know, Dr. Evil, Klaus Schwab, still have another year to fucking do whatever they can to implode this country and turn it into fucking California. That's my point. And it's got to stop. You know, we need to do something now. I've just heard Marjorie Taylor Greene and a few others going, what the fuck is happening? Nobody's doing anything. They're just waiting. She's trying to get this impeachment shit together, and nobody's doing a goddamn thing. It's terrible. Nobody's doing a stinking thing. They're just not seeing it. There were. Oh, I'm gonna get off. I gotta help. I'm gonna help Chad Wilson and Zach Moore. They're starting. I'll tell you in a minute, but they're starting a party or a movement more of. I think it's good to help people to get their state registered. I like it. I just want. I think they're going to do the right thing. They're going to try to get people to be more towards an independent voting system instead of having to register as, anyway, Democrat or Republican. All right, got a little distracted. Okay, so right here, let me just show you this before I go. And I'm not even sure if, I get this. I get stuff from Cheryl and a bunch of other people. Cheryl's got some good stuff, though, no doubt. Cheryl's got some really interesting stuff. So, and this came up the other day. WF whistleblower gives damning evidence in crimes against humanity. Case also against breaking report is not a clickbait. Klaus ability to include whistleblower. Let me see. The guy's name is Piscal Najadi, the son of co-founder of the World Economic Forum, is extensively cooperating with prosecutors in the crimes against humanity case against key figures of the global elite, sparking concerns in the World Economic Forum, the UN, and the WHO that their diplomatic immunity is about to be revoked and arrest warrants are issued. Okay. I gotta tell you something. I looked into that. I haven't seen anything about it. Of course, you're not going to. Me looking into something, it's like when you go to Google, right? You Google it. Is there something in there anywhere? No. So you actually have to find other ways of getting in touch with these people. So I haven't done it yet. But would be some great news. This would be some great news. And I'm hoping that something more is going to transpire, be or come forth or just, evolve in the right direction for that. I hope that evolves in the correct direction, and that actually happens. That would be fantastic. Let me go back over here real quick and to show you this. Yeah, let me see. Together, BlackRock and Vanguard are 8% of Fox, CBS, 13% of Comcast, which owns NBC, MSNBC. Yeah, this is why you're being played like a ukulele. Just let you know, most of you people are being played like a ukulele. That was too soon. Let me see what else. Which one was it? Oh yeah, there's my place. All right. I'm just kind of going off here. I want to end with this. This is a good one. These two right here. So you got what's really interesting, right? What's really interesting, I find very interesting, and I'm just going to say, if you're running for Congress, just letting you know, there's a lot of money to be made. I'm just saying, there's a ton of money in Congress to be made. Look at these examples here. Adam Schiff, and this is just the money they can trace. Remember, this is just the money they can trace. You have, look, Joe Biden is worth all this, $92 million. Mitch McConnell, $89 million is Nancy Pelosi. That's wrong. It's $120 million. So this is off, but it's probably a third, or maybe this is probably just half the amount that these people have. That's not what they should be working. This tells you that Citizens United is bad. And I keep telling everybody, I don't know why nobody attacks Citizens United. Citizens United is terrible. Terrible. It's the reason why we're fucking in this predicament. It's the reason why fucking Fluvid-19 came around and everybody had to take the fucking Kool-Aid. Right? It's the reason why Ukraine keeps getting money, why Maui is still fucking forgotten. And now the new money laundering scam, Israel and Iran, Hamas, Palestine, whatever you want to fucking call it. That's all that is. Prove me wrong. Come on my show. Talk to me. Tell me, oh, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I kind of do. Yeah, it's just really sad. This place is just turning into fucking... We can't let it turn into California. We can't. Because California, the country, the geographics of that place, the mountains, geographically, it's beautiful. There's sand and sun and waves and a mountain is just right up there. You could ski it. You can ski and surf on the same day. It's freaking awesome. You can do the same thing in Hawaii, by the way, on the Big Island when they have snow. I'm just saying. There's a lot going on out there. It needs to be taken care of. Basically, let's do this. Let's call some senators at 202-224-3121 and some House of Representatives and tell them, look on my, if you don't know what to say, I've got the script written out for you. On what to say and what to ask for and how to get this country to be freaking free. Right? It's really simple. Here it is. Right? Call your House of Representative or Senator at 202-224-3121 and tell them, stop, remove, eradicate the following: global child trafficking, Citizens United, World Economic Forum, Corporate Equality Index, CEI, ESG, which is environmental social governance, DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion at public funded college, because that was just a bank scam to get more kids to take out loans. That's all that was about. And to get more money for grants. Anyway, CBDC, central bank digital currency. This is remove this stuff. Remove this. World Health Organization pandemic treaty. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Huge. Put those people in jail, in my opinion. They're all a bunch of fucking criminals. Get rid of the Restrict Act, geoengineering, cloud seeding. Stop that crap. It's still happening. Just fucking do something. Get rid of Bayer, Monsanto, and other things. And restrict and regulate big pharma, big hospital, big elderly care, big nuclear. And yes, and demand that we have the purest and healthiest water. I'll end with this point. I think I'm going to do an entire show about this. One of my next ones. I'm gonna put some information together in regards to organics, and oh, you can't read that. Sorry, my bad. Okay, let me just put it up there and you can read it. There it is, all right there for you to look at. There you go. All right, so if you're going into the grocery store, and this should be its own thing. I should do this. Why are there organic and non-organic products? How is that even fucking possible? So, non-organic means that it's synthetic or just destroyed with chemicals. Why in the fuck is that even able to be put on a shelf for consumption? Everything should, and the term organic is now being used a little loosely by a lot of fucking companies. The government has, the FDA, the USDA, Department of Agriculture, just are all fucking bought and paid for, and they're terrible. And this is all connected to the World Economic Forum. It's all connected to the World Health Organization. It's all connected to the NATO. It's all connected to the Council on Foreign Relations. It's all connected to, just these globalist assholes that want you to die. Let's just say that. Okay, so how in the hell should you even tolerate that there's a better apple than this apple? This apple is better for you than this apple. It's a fucking apple. How in the fuck is that even possible? And we're okay with it. These marketing companies out there are just like, all right, okay, let's see if they notice. Let's see if they notice if there's a if they notice the difference between the organic and not organic. Let's see if they raise the limit. So they threw it out there. So now in the grocery stores, for the past, 20 years, at least 20 years, maybe even longer, 30 years, they've had organic fucking produce and vegetables and fruits, right? Or better non-GMO or or grass-fed and not grass-fed, whatever that is. What the fuck are you get? Grains? I'm not sure. Livestock. How is this even fucking possible? This should not be the case. You have a choice if you can afford it, because the organic's more expensive, at least by, 20, 30, 40%. So now you have how is this? Okay, look, the whole fucking system is fucked up. Right? I should put that on one of my things in there. Stop the organic, non-organic scam. That's it. And we should get people out there. You should have the purest water, the purest, freshest fruits and vegetables and meat and poultry. Absolutely. Grass-fed is misleading. Corn is a grass. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of that stuff. That's a good point, Snork. Hey, come on, Snork, tomorrow night. I'm going to be going here pretty soon. Thank you for coming in. I wanted to go over tomorrow if you could get us some information on the on that engine or the company that I sent you on. Also, let me see here. Okay. What else is in this list? And then I'm gone. And then in this list, there it is right there. Okay. And for fuck's sakes, uphold our God-given constitutional rights, especially the first and the second. And I've always said the second protects the first. That's all I got to say about that. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for showing up. Tomorrow I'll be on, hopefully like at 8:30, 9 o'clock, if you can hang out. Yeah, the liquid piston. Yes, sir. And let's go over a few things. And I want to talk about this, though, too, the organic thing. I think that would be good. Maybe we could start with that. Get Snork on. I could have that show, and then we could bring on Cheryl later, and then Eric will hopefully show up. And so a few other people. Other than that, thank you guys a lot. Mr. Lott comes on here once in a while. Thank you very much, Jordan Lott, for being here. Aloha. Thank you for paying attention. Call your senator at 202-224-3121. There's your guide. There's your guide right there. Post this everywhere. That's all you got to do. Just post it everywhere. And say, here, this is all you need. This is what you need. This is all you need to do. And demand. No more asking. Hey, you work for me. I need you to do this now. Okay, and that's it. Aloha.